Our Passion account today comes from Mark's Gospel, the earliest of the four Gospels. Mark gives us a portrait of Jesus which is the most human Jesus in all four of the Gospels. Only in Mark's Gospel does Jesus weep, does Jesus show emotion. And when Jesus gets to the agony in the garden, he is scared to death. He prays to his Father, "Let this cup pass from me." He turns to his disciples for comfort, and he finds them sound asleep. He comes that close to despair in the garden. And then suddenly, in Mark's Gospel, there's a transformation. And this frightened, scared man suddenly puts all of his faith in his Father, and he goes willingly to his cross. Mark was a disciple of Peter. He came with Peter to Rome in the early 60s. He writes his gospel in about the year 65. The persecutions were underway. They were persecuting not only Christians, but Jews and others. There was one of those silly senses of nationalism which overcame the empire, and they wanted to keep everybody else out. And so Mark writes his gospel to these Christians who are being persecuted, and he gives them a portrait of Jesus with whom they can identify. Somebody who is being accused unjustly, just as they are. Someone who is very frightened, just as they are. But someone who puts his faith in Almighty God, and all will be well. And Mark's Jesus is something that you and I can turn to in our moments of despair, and know that in our brokenness, if we put our faith in God, all will be well. Amen.